Hey everybody, my introductory video is not working, so sorry about that. And I have been having a little bit of technical difficulty this morning, so I hope that's not going to continue. Welcome to the Connection Corner. I'm Barb Nagel, and I am the community manager of Known Co-working. And I'm really excited this morning because we're going to have two of the Knownnpreneurs from our current cohort on as guests today. We've got Eugene Thomas and Tamar Draughn. And they're going to share a little bit about their businesses and what it's like to be in the Knownnpreneurs program. But before I bring them on, I do want to say a little bit about Known Co-working. So it's a dynamic co-working community to connect entrepreneurs across their fields of expertise, endeavors, and experiences. We started as a co-working space in downtown New Haven, and we're still the only co-working space in downtown New Haven. And we've expanded into a multifaceted entrepreneur support organization. As a reminder, Known Co-working has hourly, daily, and monthly plans for dedicated desks and offices. We also have conference rooms and Zoom rooms available, as well as just regular day passes for coworkers. If you'd like to know more about this space, feel free to send me an email. You can reach me at barb@knowncoworking.com. You can also check out our website, which is nhvknown.com, or you can follow us on Instagram or Facebook at Known Co-working, and you can DM us there. One of the ways we support entrepreneurs is through our virtual programming. So we have this show, The Connection Corner, as well as Digital Media Sync. You can catch replays for free for all of our episodes on our website under Known Live. DMS Digital Media Sync is your window to the digital world. It's hosted by Julia Gambale, and she is the social media maven of Agents of Branding, and she also happens to be the entrepreneur in residence at the New Haven Free Public Library right now. And she is got tons and tons of supportive and helpful information for entrepreneurs, not just having to do with digital media. Now, this show, The Connection Corner, is a place for entrepreneurs, creators, thinkers, and innovators to share how they support entrepreneurship in the ecosystem of New Haven or to profile their entrepreneurial endeavors. If you or anyone you know would like to be featured on one of these shows, send me an email. Again, it's barb@knowncoworking.com. Our purpose in the virtual and physical spaces is to make connections between people. We're here to help you get connected, inspired, and known. Speaking of known, I host virtual networking every Monday from 4 to 5. You can find the link in our website under events. In addition, I also host a weekly in-person networking at Known every Friday from 3 to 5. It's for professionals and entrepreneurs. And we're at 139 Orange Street on the 4th floor. That's in downtown New Haven. So please join me for either or both of these events. Tomorrow, our networking event is geared specifically to those in the health and wellness fields. So, but anybody is welcome to join us. And without further ado, I'm going to start by bringing on Eugene, and he'll talk for about 5 minutes about his business. Then we'll have Tamar talk about hers, and then I'll bring the two of them on together, and you'll hear about what it's like to be in Knownnpreneurs, and we'll have a wonderful conversation. So here we go. All right, Eugene, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello there. So I'm going to put up some information here for how people can reach you. But let's start by having you tell us who you are and about your business.
All right. So I'm Eugene Thomas at the Master Barber Supreme, owner and operator of Supreme Clientele Grooming Studio. I'm located at the moment here in Glastonbury, Connecticut. And I've been in business now. Next year, actually, is my 20th anniversary. March 17th, 2022 will be my 20th anniversary in business. And I've been an entrepreneur virtually my whole life, and it just so happens that barbering is the path, career chosen in the entrepreneur field that I gravitated to. I stuck to. I love doing it, and it changed my life, and it allows me through my platform to change others, to help others change their lives.
Oops, I took you off instead of putting me on. Sorry about that. So you
It's
mentioned
all
that
right.
you use your barbering as a platform to work and change other people's lives. What do you mean by that? Like that's kind of surprising hearing somebody say, "I'm a
Okay,
barber and
so
I use it as a platform."
well, I started like every traditional barbershop does. You know, you come in and barbershops in our community is kind of like is our safe haven. Like we come in and we discuss everything, right? So understanding this and seeing the plight in our community and talking to the individuals and getting to know people, I realized that I have a unique position in the community, being in the position that I'm in to really get to know people and people. You know, when you spend this much time talking to people, because I have clients that I've been cutting for like 3 decades. You know, I've watched them grow up. I watched their children grow up, and some of them have grandchildren, which is amazing to me. I still can't believe it's been going this long. But it's very great and it's very fascinating. But you get to learn the intricacies of people because in my profession, it's very hands-on and it's very close knit and it's very intimate sometimes. And you know, we get real close conversations. And I realized how much people confide and open up in me. And at first, I didn't really understand coming into the game. Like I said, I'm 20 years in now. So at first, it was kind of like, you know, this young kid talking to these people. It's kind of like a counselor, right? I have an honorary. I say now I have an honorary degree in counseling without even knowing it. You know, just by talking to people daily, monthly, and yearly. You know,
Mhm.
and in return, talking and counseling people, it gave me greater insight on me, on growing and
Mhm.
developing myself as a person and as a business person. So, Supreme Clientele Grooming Studio, okay, it's not just your traditional barbershop. Here is an experience, okay? And if you had the pleasure of knowing me or meeting me or getting to spend time with me, you will understand that I will brainwash you into believing and having faith in yourself because that is how I feel and anything's possible. So when I say is I have the ability to help people change lives because
Mhm.
I understand the like I said, I'm an honorary counselor even though I never went to school. I have self training, you know, I read a lot of books and I'm
Mhm.
self aware and I've developed this community in my barbershop. And you know, we just grow and we help each other and we talk to each other, and it's a great environment. It's a great environment. It's not just a haircut; it's an
Right.
experience. You will have to experience it to really get the full understanding of what I'm trying to display on the screen.
Wonderful. Now, one of the things I remember you telling me when you joined one of the virtual networking things is that you try to help new barbers think like entrepreneurs, if I remember correctly. Am I remembering that correctly?
Yes, you remember right. So in this journey of mine, the
I'm not sure if it's me or you, but I lost you
hardest
for a moment there.
thing and people to help. Am I back?
You're back. Yes.
Okay. So yeah.
So I'm
So
not sure if that was me or you, but if
and
you could
me
say that again. Yeah, if you could say
yeah.
again
I'll start over
how
again.
it is you help other barbers.
Okay. So in growing my business, the thing that the greatest challenge that I run into was finding barbers to help grow and sustain the business, right? So I understood that a lot of people treat this as a hustle, right? It's not really known as a career because all you really need is a pair of clippers, and once you get started, a lot of young barbers feel like they'll watch a YouTube video, they'll you know get some informal training and you'll get a pair of clippers and you start cutting a couple of friends and now all of a sudden you think you're a barber and trying to translate that into turning your hobby or your side hustle into a full-blown career was something that
Gotcha.
kept enabling me to grow my business because like I said said, I was trying to find barbers, and none of them had the idea and the concept, and that's largely due to the fact that there are no older barbers ushering the young barbers into the game or into the word I'm looking for, into the industry.
Mm-hmm.
So I joined Knownnpreneurs as an attempt to become that mentor, that senior barber, to help relay the
Mm-hmm.
information and knowledge that I gained over my 20 years, well, 30 years plus experience, 20 years on in my own business, and just helping the young barbers flourish, grow, and develop themselves into real individuals and working people in the community.
Wonderful, wonderful. So we're going to pick up on that theme again when you come back. But at this
Yeah.
point, I want to thank you for that. And we're going to bring Tamar on. And then when she's done, we'll bring you back on. And the three of us will have a conversation. All right. Thanks, Eugene. All right. Tamar John, LPC, welcome to the Connection Corner.
Thanks for having me, Barb.
You're welcome. So, how about if we start having you introduce yourself and then your business, and we'll go for about 5 minutes, and then we'll bring Eugene back on, and we'll have a conversation among the three of us.
Sounds good, yeah. So, my name is Tamar Draughn, and I
Alrighty.
am the owner of a social impact firm called Phoenix Professional Services. At Phoenix, we provide mental health counseling, holistic services, community development, and corporate wellness. So when I came to Known, my focus was corporate wellness and how to structure and build that out. I have been in business for going on 9 years, starting off with mental health, providing trauma focused counseling virtually and in person, and providing therapeutic community based programming such as clinical after school program, therapeutic car rides, therapeutic mentoring, and programs like that. I didn't really have a lot of mentors as I was building Phoenix over the years, and I have just through the pandemic been really paying attention to what the community has to offer to help individuals structure their business, scale their business, and attain capital and funding. So my focus in Known was to really amplify and streamline my corporate wellness services. So corporate wellness is when I come into your company, into your staff, and I provide wellness programs that help them, one, increase compassion, increase their morale, increase their worth, and these type of increases help people show up and work with more joy and more peace and more oneness amongst themselves, even though they're absolutely different. And the programs are like, what makes us unique is we're not just doing team building. We're doing team building with mindset, with mindfulness, with sound healing, with yoga. We have such an array of service mixture that a company gets to have like a holistic experience of what healing is supposed to be like, of what de-stressing is supposed to be like. A lot of times people talk about having a work-life balance, but the reality is stress is in the workplace and it's in your real life. So it's only right that employers and CEOs and leaders who want people to take on the mission of working for them pour back into them with some compassionate, deep rooted stress reduction techniques. So that's what I came to know
Mm.
for, and I am getting the structure, I'm getting the networking, I'm getting a lot of help just from being here and meeting new people.
Great. So I love, I am a boundaries coach, and that comes from me learning that when people have healthy boundaries, they're much more likely to have a healthy life. So you're speaking my language in terms of all the wellness stuff that you're talking about. I love it. And I think that having our employers look at us as holistic human beings definitely makes a huge difference in terms of our work experience. But the thing you said that intrigued me the most was a therapeutic car ride. What is that?
Right. I'm glad it caught because it should. So we have a clinical after school and summer programming. So that is for youth in care with DCF, juvenile delinquency. They're in foster homes. So these youths are
Mm-hmm.
traumatized, they're sensitive, and traditionally they are transported by your local taxi company. Typically, people who work for the local taxi company have no idea of what this child is going through, what their triggers
Mm-hmm.
are. Our drivers
Mm-hmm.
are all trained in therapeutic modalities that help them have engagement style with the child. They could be transitioning a
Nice.
child out of one foster home, sending them to a shelter. That ride is that,
Mm.
like, it's extremely delicate, and so when you use my drivers, they are trained to
Mm.
understand and to listen, to communicate verbally and non-verbally, just to be there. They walk the kid in,
Mm.
they help them unpack,
Mm.
and so that's the
Mm.
difference.
Oh my goodness, I absolutely love it, love it, love it, love it.
Thank
So I have a
you.
feeling we're gonna have a great conversation. I'm gonna bring Eugene back on now, and I guess we'll take Tamar's ticker tape off the bottom there. So I guess what I'd first like to hear from both of you, now that we've heard a little bit about your business, you've both mentioned a little something, but I want to hear again, like when you applied to Knowmpreneurs, what attracted you to Knowmpreneurs in specifically, and then what were you hoping to get out of it? So Tamar, why don't we start with you? Why Knowmpreneurs, and what did you hope to get when you applied?
Yeah, well, so I know Samantha William, who kind of manages the programming, and so
Mhm.
as she was putting the program together, I had like a first hand of the lineup. And so as she was telling me who was coming, they had some major heavy hitters there. I mean, they had government contracting there. They had capability statement. For me being in my 8th year of business, I was really wondering, like, come on, what do I really need? But there's always something. But because the lineup was so
Mhm.
robust, I was able to say, yeah, I'm
Mm.
in year 9, but I could come get educated on that. So it was
Okay.
really the lineup. And there was a question that they asked, and I love it. It said, who do you want to meet?
Mm.
What
Who'd you
industry
write?
leader do you want to meet? And so I'm like,
And
okay,
what did you
entrepreneur hustler.
say?
Okay, you.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Great. And how about you, Eugene? What was it about Knowmpreneurs that made you want to apply, and what were you hoping to get? Did you hear me, Eugene? Eugene, did you hear me? We seem to be having a delay here. How about you, Tamar? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Eugene, can you hear me?
Oh, it seems like he might be frozen.
Well, I love, I think I see
Okay.
him moving there.
Yeah.
You know what I love though?
Eugene, can you hear?
My first therapist was my barber, my like a
No
hairstylist.
kidding.
But when
No
he put
kidding.
us together, I was like, yeah, he is a unlicensed therapist. You know how
Yeah,
many
yeah,
things
yeah.
to the barber, to the person that's touching her hair, especially if you have
Right.
hair issues and hair loss
Right.
issues.
Right.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Eugene, can you hear us now? Okay. Well, until I can tell he's moving, we're going to stick with you, Tamar. So tell me some of the benefits, the concrete benefits that you've already received from Knowmpreneurs. Okay, so we'll start with Tamar. It looks like Eugene, you might be back with us, so we'll go to you next. But Tamar, like, what is some of the benefits you've already noticed from being in Knowmpreneurs?
Accountability. I think sometimes
Okay.
as leaders, entrepreneurs, we're
Hmm.
our own bosses. There is not this place or this mentor that
Hmm.
holds you accountable. So I think having the KPIs, having a mentor that you need to check in, having a group that you have to show up to. That was good
Okay.
accountability for me.
So not everybody knows what KPIs are. Tell us what they are.
Let me see if I remember exactly. This was my first time being introduced to them, but they were
Well,
like
I know that it stands for key performance indicators. I know
right.
that, but like, can you give us, do you remember what one, just even one of yours was? And if so,
Yeah,
are you willing to share?
yeah, absolutely. So I came in focusing on corporate wellness and online coaching. So some of my key
Okay.
performance indicators were goals that were going to propel the business instantly. They must be done. So I had to
Mm-hmm.
do a new website. I had to create lead
Okay.
generation for my online coaching by creating a online 2-hour group, which is going to go on sale for Black Friday. And I also had to come up with a price for my anchor box by building out a sheet unit by unit so that I could make sure that I'm pricing with math and ROI and not my heart.
Mhm. Awesome. That sounds fantastic. Oh, we lost Eugene, and it looks like we're losing. Oh, okay. It's like we've got Eugene back. All right, Eugene, are you
Hey,
there?
yeah, I was having some technical difficulty. I guess I
Hey,
lost connection a
yeah,
bit.
that's okay. I'm having technical difficulties too. I sincerely hope that people who are there's only one person live watching right now, but most people always watch the show when it's recorded. So I sincerely hope that it comes out okay.
Yeah.
So Eugene, what you
Yes.
missed was I was asking if you could talk about what was it about Knownnpreneurs in particular that made you want to apply, and what were you hoping to get when you applied?
Well, okay. So business is constantly changing and evolving, and if you are not
Mhm.
in the know, or if you're not adjustable and flexible and changing with it, you will be left behind. So the pandemic was a
Mhm.
very interesting space, right? So during that time when all
Mhm.
operations were shut down, and being in the hands-on business, not being able to
Mhm.
operate was a little challenge, not challenging, but it was different. So it gave me a time to sit back and reassess the landscape and try to gauge and see what's going on. So I realized that
Mhm.
things are changing, right? And so, and like I said, being that I was having trouble finding quality barbers, right? So I decided to, instead of find these barbers, was now to start training them. So with my 20 years of experience, I decided to turn that into intellectual properties and turn it into a coaching program and a course to get back and start mentoring these young barbers coming in. So I joined
Yeah.
Known to get help structuring that and the
Mhm.
networks to get the people possible to help put this plan in action into
Mhm.
put this plan into
Wonderful.
action.
Okay. And then what so far in the program, what's like an important thing that you've learned or a takeaway or a benefit that you've gotten so far from being in Entrepreneurs?
The benefit is the community, like the knownpreneur community and the networking. So I've been on this journey pretty much myself. Like everything that I've done is kind of like the self-taught and trial and
Mhm.
error, right? And growing through this, I always said like, damn, I wish I had a mentor or somebody to help guide me and direct me. But didn't happen earlier in my career. As I started getting into it, I started meeting the people. They say when the student is ready, the master will appear. And
Yes.
at each stage of my development, when I was ready for my next level, the people miraculously disappeared. I mean, appeared. So the what I like best about the known is the community. And just talking to other entrepreneurs who's been on this journey by themselves to make you understand and realize that you're
Mhm.
not alone in this journey. And when you talk to other people
Right.
that have the similar path that you walk on, it's kind of reassuring. And it's just great.
Mm.
I just love the interaction with other entrepreneurs who are on the same path in their own fields, but we all share the same basic struggles in this journey. And to know that you're not
Mhm.
alone and to
Right.
have other people to talk to is great.
Yeah, agreed. Absolutely. I do a lot of networking with other professionals, entrepreneurs, especially women, and The
Yeah,
support is amazing. So one
it's
of the
amazing.
aspects of the Knownnpreneurs program is that it's geared towards BIPOC entrepreneurs. And so I'd like to hear from both of you, like what has that felt like for you to have a program that is specifically geared towards BIPOC entrepreneurs? I know that most of the instructors, I think last I knew it was like 80 something percent of the instructors are BIPOC and all of the mentors are BIPOC. What has that felt like for you to be in that kind of a community? Tamar, do you want to go first?
Yeah, yeah. I think it really makes the program unique, and to maintain that concept throughout the pandemic, I think has become important. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
we Black people, we need a space where we can unpack.
Yeah,
Our
we have a lot
barriers
of
are
baggage.
different. Our
Yeah.
struggles are different. The systematic oppression goes beyond what we see. It's structured in how we are able to access money, and we are
Mm-hmm.
brilliant people. So having this space allows me to not have any more barriers as I learn, not create any more
Awesome.
stigmas as I'm trying to learn. And honestly, it connects me to the Black community that I might have didn't see from the lens that I was sitting at. So Known brought the Black community out of all these different communities, and they put us together. And so I hope that it continues to be specifically geared because we don't have a lot. And so
Mm-hmm.
we need spaces.
Mm.
Yeah. How about Eugene? What's it been like for you to be in a program specifically geared towards BIPOC entrepreneurs?
Oh my goodness. Well, being on this journey, like I said, and being doing it on my own, it definitely opened my eyes to realize that there are a lot more than I thought. Being from Hartford, it's a very small community, and you don't get to see a lot of it. So now
Mm-hmm.
being exposed to it, coming up just to New Haven, is just like this is up the street, and there's all of these people that are emerging and doing all of this great stuff. It's like, man, I feel like
Yeah.
I've just been plugged into a 2010 outlet, and it's just amazing. It's like I feel resurged with this new volt of energy, and I'm excited.
Awesome.
It's got me buzzing. It's
Yeah.
like, man, and
Yeah.
as you're reaching on this journey, in order to get where you've never been, in order to see people who have progressed past you, and to give you
Mm-hmm.
that guidance and that information that you need to help you get to there, it's amazing, and it's wonderful, and I'm bringing it back to my little community. Like I said, how I do in the barbershop, we just don't. It's not just sports talk that you get in regular barbershop. We're actually, it's accountability here, right? So we are building individuals, and to have
Yeah.
this new extension and this outlet, I get to bring it back to other people and put them on and watch them grow, and it's each one teach one, and it's just amazing to be a part of it,
Yeah. I love
to
that.
see it, and
Each
to
one teach one.
yeah.
And yeah. Yeah. And you mentioned accountability, and Tamar mentioned accountability. And I know for me personally, I really need accountability. And sometimes I can do my own accountability, but oftentimes I need other people. And I think like being in a program like this is really helpful. And I
Yeah.
imagine also having a mentor. So maybe
Yes.
if you could each mention one thing that you've gotten, like who's your mentor and what have you gotten? This one thing that you've gotten from that person. Tamar, who's your mentor?
My mentor is Natalie Price, brilliant young lady. I think many jewels that she's brought me, but one of the jewels that she brings is there's an excitement in her when she sees something that works. And
Mm,
I think that, it motivated me, especially to see another Black woman in the industry,
mhm.
like she gets it. She's been through it. And for her to look back at me and say, you got something there. All right, how are you going
Nice.
to pack this up? All right, how are you going to hit a discount? And then, once she gets going, I think that's the excitement. So her personality, um, and just
Great.
having honestly a Black woman that I could speak to in business about
Yeah.
those.
Yeah,
Awesome.
just
How about
having
you,
that.
Eugene? Who's your mentor
My
and what's something you've gotten?
so my mentor is Jesse Phillips, and I've gotten the sense of just well, Jesse, I don't know how familiar you are with him, but all of the
Mhm.
organization and communities that he's into. So what I've gotten from him was the ability to reach out and to overstretch my boundaries or my limits and to get more active in
Mm,
these active communities because he's involved in the New Haven
right,
Chambers of Commerce.
right,
He's involved in the
right,
NAACP, and he's telling me like, to get out of my little community that I've been stuck in for so
right.
long and expand my and just expand my presence. And he has
Yeah,
this event tonight. I just learned out about it a little late. My schedule's a little tight tonight. I'm really going to try to see if I get out of here and meet up with him
yeah,
tonight. I don't know if you know what
right.
he has going on tonight, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So
he
the
just
big connect, yeah, the big connect is going on with the Chamber of Commerce. And actually, so,
yes,
Eugene was mentioning Jesse. The first of all, no one has a partnership with the New Haven Chamber of Commerce. And then secondly, we invited Jesse to be one of the mentors. And one of the bonuses that all the knownnpreneurs are going to get is when they graduate from the knownnpreneurs program, they're going to get a free 1 year membership of the to the chamber, which is a $495 value.
oh
And
great, because I was about to sign
yeah,
up.
no, no need, no need. But so
Yeah,
what I think, both Tamar and Eugene have mentioned is this making connections with other people is so helpful in growing your business
yes,
and kind of stepping out of your comfort zone. And networking is really important. I mean, you're talking to somebody who's like, I'm practically a professional networker. And
yeah,
I can't help, like, I love to make connections between people and resources and organizations, that they need and want to meet. And so, that's my thing. So I do want to ask one last question of each of you, and that is, who do you think should apply for knownnpreneurs? Because as you may know, we are recruiting our third cohort right now. Who do you think should apply? What
um,
kinds of people?
individuals who are serious, not necessarily serious, but who are starting out or even has been on this journey and haven't quite found the community that they need to help guide them. Anybody that's looking for the answers, the connections, and because there are a lot of us entrepreneurs, like it has multiplied greatly over the last decade. Like this, like the new thing, everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. A lot of people don't really understand what it really takes, but a lot of people are crazy enough to work 80 hours for themselves instead of 40 hours for somebody else. But the thing with entrepreneurs and starting your own business, there's really no blueprint or no guide to this. So a lot of us are getting into this, doing this because this is what we like to do, and it's something that we love and enjoy, but not having the technical aspects of it or how to properly do it, how to structure it, and how to really set it up. So anybody who has been in this space for a while and are stagnant and haven't obtained or haven't got to another level, who's looking to level up, I think this program would be great for any of those individuals. So if you're an
Wow.
entrepreneur out there and you're stagnant and you're trying to get to that next step, join this cohort and you will be it will be great for you, beneficial, highly beneficial.
Yeah, yeah. How about you, Tamar? Who do you think should join?
I think people who are ready to learn, people who are ready to apply themselves, people who look around and they don't have entrepreneurs in their families where they can get advice, where they can get funding, where they can get support. Um, yeah, but definitely people who are looking to do work. You're not just going to propel by sitting in the program and taking notes. You're going to
Yeah,
propel when you start making action steps to the plethora of knowledge that they're giving you. So.
Yeah, yeah. Action is required. I just realized I should probably put the website up so people can find out more information or apply at knownnpreneurs.com. So check that out. So I want to give you each one last opportunity to share anything that you want to share that you haven't had an opportunity to share, or maybe you want to repeat something that you've already said. So Tamar, do you want to take it away with whatever you want to close with?
Just thank you for having me here. Thank you for the opportunity to talk about my experience with Known. And if anyone is interested in corporate wellness, just feel free to follow up with me and I can tell you all about the benefits of that and awesome prices for you and your staff.
All right, great. And how about you, Eugene? Any last words that you want to share? Anything you haven't had an opportunity to share?
Yeah, so if there are some entrepreneurs out there that are seeking guidance and looking for connections or answers or just need somebody to talk to, what I'm developing through this cohort is the Supreme Clientele Entrepreneur Coaching Academy. So if you need to join a community, reach out to me, hit me up, and I will help you with the information knowledge that I have up to my point and give you anything you need to help you get advanced in your career.
All right. Well, thank you both so much. And I really appreciate you taking the time. And I'm so glad that Known has been able to support you in these ways. And we're making connections for you and helping you to take action to move forward. All right. So, what I'm going to do is actually have you guys go off the air. But if you'd stick around for a minute while I close out, I'd appreciate it. Thank you again for joining me. Bye
Thank you,
now.
Barb, for having me. This was a great program, and I hope your listeners take something away from it and continue to grow and prosper. And not only with business, but personal development is also key.
Right.
You're only going to get out of this what you put into this. So
Agreed.
let's grow
Yeah.
and let's go.
Yeah. All right. All right. Bye now. Bye, Tamar. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. I want to thank Tamar and Eugene, and I want to remind you that we have another episode of this show coming up. It is going to be on the Thursday after Thanksgiving, which is December 2nd. That is going to be at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're going to be profiling 4 of our knownpreneurs who are in the food and events business. So join us then. Thanks again. Take care now.